Hey friends, it's Sally dropping in to share with you some new creative inspiration for the Scrapbook Nerd online shop. Off the top, I just want to apologize for your view right now, the screen. My overhead recording setup is not working, and it actually kept sliding on me. Also, I don't know, you probably won't be able to see it, but I was dog wearing at the same time. I have a little sling for Freddy dog so that he can cope a little bit better with separation anxiety. My poor senior is struggling pretty hard when daddy leaves. So that's why it's so awkward right now and you can't see very much, but it does get better, I promise. So I have a single page layout to share with you today. It's another about last month layout, so there's no photos on this layout. It measures 6 by 8 inches. It is going to be going inside a page protector. And I am playing with random papers from my stash. The yellow that you see on the left-hand side of the layout base is actually going to be covered. I was just using up some excess cardstock that I had and using it to form the base of my layout. I am mostly going to be playing with simple stories today. Sorry about all the background noise. Apparently it's Grand Central Station today. So I am playing mostly with simple stories, Wildflower. I did happen to find the 6 by 8 pattern paper that goes along with the collection. The only things from the collection that are in shop are the embellishments. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on in this layout. Specifically, some of the numbers that are included in the die cut packs. I always struggle with knowing how to use them in my layouts or even whether I want to use them. And I thought in this case, because my monthly overview every month with about last month is usually like point or bullet form, just kind of notes of things that happened over the month. And I thought that's perfect. So I am using 1, 2, 3, and 4 from the die cut pack. And then I also pulled out the tag from the pack and this strip of numbers to build up a embellishment cluster / title cluster. I'm also going to use some of the chipboard stickers. I'm using my liquid glue to attach that to the layout. I find the stickiness is not always very sticky and they will come off at some point. So I just use the liquid glue to kind of make them re-sticky and ensure that they don't fall off in the future. I'm also going to pull in some of the other die cuts, especially the florals from this collection as well. And they're going to be kind of tucked under things and above things and stuff like that. So just to build up that cluster. So I'm adding the little phrase April because again, I thought that would work really well for my about last month layout. And then some of the floral die cuts as well. So I have this little, I don't even know what flower it is. It's a wildflower anyways. So I'm going to slip that underneath the strip of numbers. And then there's going to be kind of like a little leafy image that I'll attach as well, all using liquid glue. Mind you, the base, the white portion of the base, I attached using my ATG, as well as those little strips to the far right-hand side of the layout, except for the thinnest pieces, which I cut down, by the way, to 1/4 of an inch wide. And then I had to cut 2 because it was a 6 by 6 scrap piece of paper that I've had in my stash for eons. I cut 2 and then overlapped them. I knew I could get away with that because my embellishment and title cluster up at the top of the page is going to cover where they overlap. And so you'd never know that it was 2 different pieces. I also used a paper tearing tool that I have in my stash to tear the pink paper in the strips on the right-hand side of the layout. Now I have just this little die cut that has a group of little wildflowers grouped together. And it's going to be attached to the layout with some foam squares and a little bit of liquid glue, and it'll be more towards the bottom of the tag that I attach that. Just trying to figure out which way looks the best, and once I've got that figured out, I'll plunk that there. And then I think I go and start adding glitter to all of the florals on this layout. I was kind of messing around in my stash recently and discovered that I still have a clear shimmer brush from Close to My Heart. Actually, I have them in a myriad of different colors and don't use them very often, which I should. But I thought that I would get my Close to My Heart one used up before I move on to my new ones, which is the Nuvo brand. It's a 2-pack. So I have it on my desk ready and waiting for when this pen either dries up or I empty it, and then I'll move on to the next one. So at this point, I thought I was done my layout, but then I kind of felt like I need to pull some more of those florals down towards the bottom of the layout just to kind of help guide your eye through the layout. So I went back to the die cut packages, found another tiny little groupie of flowers and this little arrow, keeping with the same color scheme of like gray, brown, gray, pink, bluey colors. And this was actually going to be a monochromatic layout, truth be told. It didn't work out that way, so, which is fine. But I absolutely love how this layout came together. And of course you can see me adding the sparkle to the last of those embellishments. And here's the close-ups. Thank you so much for joining me today, friends. I hope my layout inspired you, and I'll be back again soon with more creative inspiration. Bye, guys.